It's our last lesson.
Yes!
The whole year.
I like it.
Wait, so what are we doing for the next one?
We're going to review for 3 days, test Friday, and then it's finals. We're ready for our
My
finals.
finals are just going to be
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Are there proofs on the final? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
No, because it's just over second round.
Yeah. What's that?
I thought we did read
Okay, so on Friday, when we had different intersecting lines, we found angle measures. We're doing the same thing, but now we're going to find segment lengths, okay? So it's not angles, but segments. So we'll have 3 types. So our first type is when you have 2 secants that intersect inside. Let's review, what's a secant line?
That's in the circle.
It touches your circle how many times?
Twice.
So that's what a secant is. It touches your circle twice. But,
So it's like second.
yeah. So how you would find missing measures? A times B is equal to C times D. That one's the most easy. That is our property there. Type 1. Our second type is when we have 2 secants that intersect on the outside of your circle. This one's kind of goofy. On this one, you're going to take the outside chunk times the whole length and set it equal to the other guy. The outside chunk times the whole thing. That's what happens on the outside of your circle.
When you're born. Can't be born. Type 2 is not.
And then our last one is when we have a tangent and a secant that intersect. What's a tangent line?
It just touches the circle once.
Once. Yep, so this guy touches it once. So to find missing measures, a squared instead of equal to b times the whole thing. These will make probably more sense to try with numbers, but just get these down in your notes. Okay, let's try one. So let's first decide. Type 1, 2, or 3.
1.
1. So this is our easy one. So I write type 1. And all we do for this,
That's type
14 times 15. Set it equal to 10 times x. And now we just solve. What is 14 times 15? 210 equals 10x. Divide out, we get 21. Type 1. Those are the easy ones. Are you okay with that? Okay, what type is this?
Type 1.
Type 1 again. Okay, on this one, make sure you have to do what over here? What is that called? Distribute. Add over the 4. 20x equals 40. Divide out x equals 2. Okay, now we have to answer the question though. We didn't want to find x, we want BD. So plug back in. So we'll have 4. Whoa, why does my board hate me? 4 plus what? Ooh, not 19. 4 plus 9 gives me 13. Yeah.
So if AC is equal to B.
Nope, they're not equal. The product of them are equal.
So the product of 6 times 12 has 12 and 13 with the lines opposite.
So this right here would be 9. So what's 9 times 4? 36, and 6 times 6 is 36. Good point, though. I mean, do you see now why we're right? Good job. Okay, what type is this one? Type 2. So this one's kind of goofy.
This one was born.
So this is when you take the outside times now the whole length of this thing. So what's the whole length of that? 8 plus 19? Which would be 27, yeah. Set it equal to now 9. But how would you represent this whole length? 9x?
9 plus x.
Yeah, 9 plus x. And now it's just algebra. 8 times 27. 81 plus 9x. What is 8 times 27?
216.
216? If we subtract over 81, we get 15. It is. But it's also right today. Okay, what about this guy? Type 2 again. So we'll have 10 times the whole thing, which would be 52.
$168.
169.
Everybody goes up.
What's 520 minus 169? Are you in that far yet? It is a cool number. 351. That is a cool number. Divide out. But now we have to answer the question. We want to find NL. So what's the length of NL? 40.
Lemon, cucumbers, fries. So you can't taste either.
All right, what type is this one?
Type 3.
Wait, what's the answer?
40.
40 was NL?
Yep.
Okay.
Right. How do we set up a type 3?
24 squared plus equals 18, parentheses 18 times x.
Plus x. Yeah.
That's what I said.
No, you
You're close.
If you take a times and then divide it.
What is 24 squared?
Or if it's plus. Or if you just twist the plus.
Alright, I don't need your
Thanks,
witchcraft in here.
18 times 18?
Expect them to grow. I just made it.
252 divided by 18. Don't you love when we get whole numbers? Because I question myself too if I get decimal.
Does our homework all done just whole numbers?
I think all but like one. It's a part of the worksheet too. That's exciting. Yeah.
part of the worksheet or like
Well,
down-
a worksheet and then 5 problems in the book.
No.
That's like worse than just
Oh, it's worse? My heart.
well, it's like yeah, I mean then you got like book and a worksheet. It takes up so much room.
It does. Well, you can do the problems on the back. Okay, will you guys set up the rest of this one for me? X squared equals what? Times what?
1,740
Yep.
96.
Cut them off.
What is 27 times 48?
1,296.
296? Then how do you undo something squared?
Use square root.
Square root.
Then you get what is the 3 roots? Just made a math.
Okay, then you're gonna add 2 in your notes. You just find like notebook paper, a blank space in your notebook, wherever. Because we didn't go over some of these other ones. So we're gonna do. We all ready? Okay, draw this in your notes. Draw this in your notebook somewhere.
Why are we doing this?
Because you're not gonna know how to do it in your homework. So I don't have to answer the same question 20 times. Just for examples together. Since I have to save her, this last time I get to teach you.
No, you have.
Kind of sad.
I am.
Together.
I am rude.
Okay, what type do we have?
Type
3.
3? Okay, how do we set it up for type 3?
The same way we always have.
15 squared equals.
X times 16 plus
Alright, so far this is really easy. So we're gonna get 225. Now how do I do this thing over here?
squared.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Oh
is-
man.
we just get-
Now what?
Write a question mark and call it good.
Yeah, let's just toss in the towel now.
Divide.
We're not going to. Okay, remember when you have an x squared and an x, you have to factor.
Oh, man.
Okay, so we need to set this equal to 0. So bring this guy over here. You can do it. You can do it. I did not call you stupid at all. That's terrible, Hayden. Okay, we've done this a few times. Let's see if we remember.
We did this last year.
You're thinking, what multiplies to 225? What are some ways to get to 225?
15, 15.
So we have 15, 15. What else? It's guess and check. So take your calculator. It's 225 divided by. I would do 5.
45.
45 and 5. What else? 25 and 9. Is there anything else that we can think of?
375.
25.
5 and 45.
75.
5 and
45.
45.
Did I miss any?
1 and 2. 25 times
15 and 9.
15. No.
25.
Okay, these should be okay. So out of these 4 options, are any of them having a difference of 16?
Yes, 25 and 9.
Because what's 25 minus 9?
16.
Okay.
That's 2.
So now from here, we're going to have x
Please move.
and an x. What's the only way to multiply to a negative number?
Positive, negative.
Positive and a negative. And we already said we're going to use this one. So what's going to have to be the positive number, the 25 or the 9?
25.
Yeah, you guys are good.
25 minus 1 is
Yep. Now from here, we're going to set these guys equal to 0.
Doesn't have to be an 8, like you have this.
9.
Right, how do I get x alone here?
So it'd be minus 25.
Yeah, minus 25. Add 9. So now if we look at our original problem, which one doesn't make sense?
Negative 25.
Why does negative 25 not make sense?
Because there's no negative. Because you're stealing.
Can this be a negative 25?
Yes.
No. All right, factoring. We're gonna do one more. Don't be angry.
You should look at this.
Don't be angry. One more. Draw this in your notes. Draw it in your notes. One more.
That's such a good After I get legislative, you should probably apologize.
So now we're thinking type 1 or 2, 3.
Type 1.
Type 1. Okay, so this time we're going to have like a 20 times 9 is equal to x minus 2, x plus 6. Let's just a little taste for next year. This is algebra 2 all day. Algebra 2. It's actually like algebra 1, but we're just doing it.
X squared.
What's 20 times 9?
180.
Good work. Okay, now we have to FOIL or double distribute here. So we're going to take an x times an x and get
X squared.
x times 6s. Now go through with your 2. Negative 2 times x. And then negative 2 times 6. Okay. So far, so good. Let's add some like terms here. 180 gets to stay. What's 6x minus 2x? Yes. So now in your brain, you should be thinking, oh, I have an x squared and an x. That means I have to factor. So what do we have to do next? Set it equal to 0. So bring over your 180. So I'm going to get what?
190. Oh,
It's okay. It's Monday. You guys went the other way.
yeah. Dang it, Boots.
So now we're thinking, what are some ways to multiply to 192?
48 times 4.
What'd you get, Gabe?
48 times 4.
48 and 4. 24 and 8.
12 and 16.
12 and 16. We're getting close.
96 times
9 and what?
96.
12 and 16.
96 and 2. Should we see if any of these work?
96 and 12 and 16. 12 and 16.
Because they have a difference of 4.
I don't appreciate you. Why are you
What are my signs going to be? Plus, minus. Which one gets to be the plus? 16. 12. Now what do we do from here?
X plus 16 equals 0.
Good job.
12 equals 0.
Oh, crap.
X equals 12.
We're going to finish it right here.
X.
This is my nightmare. Ignore.
Smart technology.
X plus 16 equals 0. X minus 12 equals 0. So which one doesn't make sense for our problem? So our answer is 12. Perfect. Well, that was exciting.